Hey crafters, this is Daniela with DD's Art Workshop. If you like staying on a budget and DIYs, this channel is for you. For today's DIY, we're going to be turning this thrifted frame into this beautiful DIY organizer. This DIY is part of the Refurbished Love for Easter monthly open playlist hosted by Buffy Designs. Living Life with Lawn. Check them out in the description below along with other makers, and please make sure to see that playlist for more inspo. Now let's jump right in and let's get crafty. So guys, my thrifted frame had sticker all over the border and I don't want that sticker, so I initially started to peel it off little by little, but it was taking me forever. So I'm grabbing my blow dryer and I am just placing it on the sticker and just leaving that heat on the sticker for a few seconds, and it's gonna loosen that glue, that sticker, and it's gonna make it much easier than just peeling it off little by little. And you guys, this is an awesome hack for any other project. If you are having a hard time removing a sticker, just go ahead and add some heat. Depending on the material, make sure that the setting is lower because you don't want your material to melt depending on what you are trying to, what sticker you're trying to get off. But this is an awesome hack, guys. I love it and it definitely works. So I got all of that off, but now I'm going to be using a razor blade because I have some tough little pieces that are still on there and they didn't want to come off. So with my razor blade, I am simply cutting those little edges and it's making it just so much easier to remove them. Now this particular frame already has a cork sheet on there, but it's kind of looking old and I decided to change it. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one I bought at Dollar Tree, and I found this pretty shelf liner paper at Dollar Tree as well, and it's my favorite color, teal, so it's gonna be perfect. What I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to be measuring, kind of getting an idea on how much shelf liner I'm going to be needing for each border or each side of my frame. And I'm going to cut that out. And as you can see, it's going to work out perfect. I'm measuring to see if it's going to work, and yes, it looks like it's going to work. So since I know that's a good size, I'm going to go ahead and trace another one for the bottom portion of my frame, and I'm going to cut that part out too. And I love this shelf liner because it already has a grid behind the actual print and it just helps you cut in a straight line. Now guys, you can go ahead and add some Mod Podge if you really want it to stick, but I'm not going to use it because I want to be able to remove this shelf liner if I want to change it in the future, but you are more than welcome to do so if you want it to really be like this forever. With my razor blade, I'm going to go ahead and cut those small little edges, and it's just going to be easier to do with my razor blade than with my scissors. And just go ahead, that shelf liner goes on there nicely, and wrap it around kind of like you're wrapping a gift. And once again, I'm going to be cutting the edges from the top, but this time I am using my scissors since those areas are a little bit larger, and then I'm just folding it over. That way it looks just like so. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing to the other side of my frame. And now we are ready to add our cork sheet. And the cork sheet is self-adhesive, so it will stick right on. But of course, you can always add some extra hot glue. That way it sticks on there better. And I had this fabric that I found at Dollar Tree. And even though it's not the same print, I like that it's the same color. And I like how it's just going to give it a pop because they are different patterns. And I've already pre-cut a little rectangle. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue that on here because this is going to be a little pocket for my pens. And I did fold this fabric in half so it's double layered. And I'm going to be adding a little bit of glue all around. You guys, you don't necessarily have to find this exact frame at your thrift store. Your frame can also be a regular picture frame. Maybe if it just has a little bit of wood in the back. That way your little pins and tags are able to attach on there nicely. After you add your cork sheet, of course. Now I wanted to add a little detail to that pocket, that way it doesn't look all messy from the ends, and I'm going to be adding a little lace ribbon that I had in my craft stash. Now I'm going to be gluing some thin twine from one end to the other of my frame. Now I found these little miniature clothespins at Dollar Tree, and these are going to be perfect to attach to my twine, and you can add little notes or a picture on here, and it's just so cute because they're so tiny. Now you guys, my back looks super messy because I didn't remove all of that sticker from the back, but I'm like, you know what, nobody else is gonna see it, only me. If you're gonna give this away, obviously you're gonna want that back to look nicer, but I am adding some twine, that way I can hang it. I am using Gorilla Glue, so it's really strong. You can also staple this on if it makes you feel a little bit better, that way it doesn't fall. I've never had any trouble with Gorilla Glue. It's usually pretty strong. Now I'm gonna be using this double-sided tape, and I'm going to be taping it on the back of these little post-it notes. This double-sided tape is not crazy strong. I did buy it at Dollar Tree, so once I'm done with the post-its, I can go ahead and just remove those and just replace them with some new ones and just do the same thing, add a little bit more double-sided tape. And now you are ready to add some pens and display in your office or craft room. Let me know what you think of this thrift flip. I know it's not Easter decor, but I really do think it's spring colors, and it's just a wonderful DIY for spring that is coming. The colors are so vibrant and fun. Please tag me on Instagram if you do make this or if I inspired you in any way. This DIY reminded me of Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will succeed. Hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to spread love, kindness, and stay crafty.